यमुनतीरा वनचारी यमुनतीरा वनचारी जयो राधा माधवा जय पुंजरी प्यारी जयो राधा माधव राधा माधव राय जयो जगन्नाथा जयो बालदेवा सुभद्रामयी जय सुदर्शन जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for Nitya Bhagavata Sevya. I seek blessing from all the devotees so that I can speak Bhagavatam in the parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. Today we will be reciting second canto, 5th chapter, the causes of all creation, sloka number 25. It is a continuation of previous slokas. So today also we will understand, it's very interesting one, how the creation is happening. So you can all recite along with me. Tasmat api bhutadir vikruvanat abhut nabaha tasya mantra guna sabda lingam yat drastadriyaha. Word by word meaning. Tasmat, from the darkness of false ego, api certainly, bhutadi, of the material element, vikrutnanat, because of the transformation, abdut, generated, nabaha, the sky, tasty, tasya, its mantra, subtle form, guna, quality, sabda, sound, lingam, characteristic, yet as it is, drashter, the seer, drashtaha, of what is seen. Translation purport by His Divine Grace His Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: from the darkness of false ego, the first of the five elements, namely the sky, is generated. Its subtle form is the quality of the sound. Exactly, the seer is in the relationship with the seen. So seer is in relationship with the seen. The purport: the five elements, namely the sky, air, fire, water, ether, are all but different qualities of darkness of the false ego. This means the false ego is the sum total form of Mahatattva is generated from the marginal potency of the Lord. Due to this false ego of the lording it over the material creation, ingredients are generated from the false enjoyment of living being. The living being is practically the dominating factor over the material elements as the enjoyer. Though the background is the Supreme Lord, factually save and expected the Lord, no one can be called the enjoyer, but the living entity falsely described to become the enjoyer. This is the origin of false ego. When the bewildered living being desires this, the shadow elements are generated by the will of the Lord, and the living entities are allowed to run after them as after the phantasmagoria, that means illusion. It is said that first the Tanmantra sound is created and the sky, and then the sky. And in the verse it is confirmed that actually it is so, but the sound is a subtle form of the sky. The distinction is like between the seer and seen. The sound is the representation of the actual object, as the sound produced speaking of the object give an idea of the description of the object. Therefore, the sound is a subtle characteristic of the object. Similarly, the sound representation of the Lord is in terms of his characteristics is the complete form of the Lord, as was seen in the Vasudeva and Maharaj Dhritarashtra, the father of the Lord Krishna and Rama, Lord Rama. The sound representation of the Lord is non-different from the Lord himself, because the Lord and his representation in sound are absolute knowledge. The Lord Chaitanya has instructed us that in the holy name of the Lord, as sound representation of the Lord, all potencies of the Lord are invested. Thus, one can immediately enjoy the association of Lord by pure vibration of the sound represented of the holy name, and the concept of the Lord is immediately manifested before the pure devotee. A pure devotee, therefore, it is not aloof from the Lord even for the moment. The holy name of the Lord, as recommended in the Shastra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. may therefore be constantly chanted by the devotee, aspiring to be constantly in touch with the Supreme Lord. One who is thus able to associate with the Lord is sure to be delivered from the darkness of the created world, which is the product of the false ego. Tamasamema Jyotir Gama. So this is a popular message. Okay, so ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया तच्छ्रुमलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मया पदाम्बिशं पदा वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीवतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवां श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सागरनाथामितं तं तजिं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्य श्रीराधा कृष्णपादा सागरललिता शिवशाखान्ता हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपिष्ठ गोपिका कांत राधा कांत तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभांसुदेवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वांछकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सुदेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे भूते महावीर्या इमा पुरा विभो निम्नया निर्मया सेतु यत् अम्यूस पुरुषः भुक्तेर्गुणा षोडश षोडात्मः सोलिंगेश्वर भगवान वसांसि मे. Hare Krishna. Welcome once again for Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So today is very interesting. So we are going ahead of the creation. So far we understood that flashback is Lord Karniteksha Vishnu, he glances on the Prakriti, that is Pradhan. From there the Mahatattva is manifested. From the Mahatattva again he glances, then Ahankar is creating. From Ahankar again the Lord is glancing it, then three gunas are creating, that is Sattva Ahankar, Tama Ahankar and Raja Ahankar. So this was so far we understood. So today onwards, further it is changes are happening. So we are getting trying to understand about the gross and subtle subjects. So so far we know that what is gross, what is subtle. Gross are the earth, water, fire, ether, and air, and the subtle are sound, touch, form, taste and smell. So these things basically you understand to understand better. Okay, the creation element is always subtle to grass. From subtle it goes to the grass. So example, you take a building. Okay, a building is a grass. Then if you subtle, then it comes bricks and stones. Okay, further you subtle, you see that sand and cement. Further you settle, silicon, okay, granules are there. Further you settle, oxygen is there. So this is subtle way. So similarly the creation also, from subtle thing the grass elements are happening. So tanmantras are even subtler than the grass, that you have to understand. Sound is subtler than the ether. Okay, sound is subtle. Subtle means very, you can't see. Okay, it's very subtle, we say, Similarly, touch is subtler than the air. Form is subtler than the fire. And the taste is subtler than the water, and smell is subtler than the earth. Therefore, when the glance of the Karnadeva Vishnu falls on the Ahankar, the first thing to get form is a sound. First we have to understand as a devotee, from sound only everything comes. That is subtle form. From the subtler, the ether is form. From the ether, you get the touch. From the touch, you get the air. From the air, you get the form. From the form, you get the fire. From the fire, the taste is coming. From the taste, you get the water. From the water, you get the smell. From the smell, you get the earth. You understood the sequence. This is how the creation is happening. Okay. This is the manifestation of from the subtler to gross element of them. Since the tanmantras are subtler than the element, the whole creation starts from the sound. Okay, because sound is even subtler than the ether. From the darkness of the false ego, the first 5 elements are namely the ether is generated. Okay, the subtler form is quality of the sound. So from the sound ether is coming, that the subtle form is the sound. Okay, this arises before the ether. The sound is generated before the ether. So sound again it comes into three forms. One is unseen. Suppose somebody is making noise inside. The door is closed, the wall is covered, but still you can hear the sound. So it is unseen also. Sound can be seen also, but you and me are sitting. If you are talking, I can hear. If I am talking, can hear. We are able to see physically. We can hear also physically, and also sound can be seen in the past also. So, like we are heard about the Vishnu Chakravarti talk the commentary. We are reading, so we are hearing it. It is in sound form. After some time, we will be reading about Prabhupada the commentary also. Then again, the sound form is there. This happened in past. Physically, we are not seeing Prabhupada or Vishnu Chakravarti. Also, the sound is in the present form also. Okay, it is in present. It is unseen, seen, present, and future also. So all the three things, the sound is present. Okay, so that's how the from the sound the creation is happening. So further we try to understand from there is sound is in ether is from the sound ether is come, that we are clear, there's no doubt. Further classes what we are understanding is from the touch we get the air, from the smell we get the water, sorry, from the taste we get the water, from the smell we get the earth. So how the transformation is going on. Okay. So Sri Prabhupada is, he says in the five elements, namely the sky, air, fire, water, earth, are the different qualities of false ego. In the purport it is said. So okay, living being is partially the dominating factor over the material element. We are partially dominating over the material element as the enjoyer. Though the background is the Supreme Lord. For all the things, Supreme Lord only the primarily. When bewildered things, okay, being desired, this, the shadow element are generated by the will of the Lord. So when you want to understand, so shadow, Maya, no, it covers us. Okay, and living entities are allowed to run after them as a illusion. That's why now we think that we claim ourselves we are body, we are not soul. Because Maya has covered us. So that's why we try to enjoy. The Sunday class Prabhu was saying, no, sense enjoyment is a sense object also there. Senses also there, sense object. So we try to enjoy. So similarly, because of the Maya covering us. Okay, when the living entities are got bewildered, the 11th canto, the teachings of Navayogendra to Nimi Maharaj, what happens first? Okay, how this creation happening? So the conversation happening between Nimi Maharaj and the Navayogendras. So living entities are turn his face. Why it is happening? Because we turn our face away from the Krishna. So jivas are ours to the Lord. So Maya, because we are turned away from the Lord, Maya catches us. Okay, and make them to forget and what he is really awesome with Shakti. So she covers us. So we want to away from the Krishna, so she is taking care of us. It's like usually happens, no? In the border of the two states or two countries, people know they simply migrate from one place to other place. So they are not too close to the city, capital. So they are not bound with the rules and regulations of the this thing. Suppose you want to go from here to Nepal, what you have to do, you should get simple border state, country only. You should have valid passport and all, or valid ID card, then only they allow. But the person who is staying in the border, what happens? Daily he goes and comes. Nobody asks him that whether you have a passport or whatever. For them it is like a next door only. So similarly, when you move your face away from Krishna, Maya is ready to catch you and take with her. Okay? That's how you have been covered. Then you have been captured by that. Because of that, he was observed that I am not self, I am not the jiva, I am this body. So she covers, so that now he feels that I am body. Because he is feeling that he is in body, the fear comes, the basic fear comes. Okay, the fear of samskara, okay, this life, the fear is coming. So you ask anybody, why are you going to office? Oh, if I don't go to office, they will remove from my job. The fear, every level, no, you ask anybody, the fear is there. Okay, you ask the student, why are you finishing your homework? She said, if I don't finish homework, the teacher will beat me. The fear is there. Okay, how one can escape from the bondage? So, so the intelligent person who accepts the Guru as his worshipable Lord and his very self, how we can escape from this bondage? First we have to accept the Guru, and by worshipping him, no, such acceptance, the Supreme Lord, he gets unadulterated devotion. When you start worshipping the Lord, unadulterated devotion you are getting, then from there we can escape. Now you got it. We know that Maya has captured us. We are in bondage, and to escape from the bondage, we have to accept a Guru, and Guru teaches how to worship the Lord, and from the worshipping the Lord, pure devotion comes, and we can able to escape. The whole thing happens when Jiva aware of the Lord. Okay, ultimate solution is that when Jiva favorable disposition to the Lord, favorable, then that through the agency of Guru, no, he is able to escape. Yesterday we said that Vidya, Avidya. Avidya means we are in Maya, okay, not knowing about Lord. Vidya means, yes, I am suffering here, I should get out of it. That is Vidya. Okay, understanding the role of Maya in the second Chatur Slokis. Okay, there are 4 people created now after the Balram. So those people in the Chatur Sloka, no, it is talked about the Srimad Bhagavatam, describe how the Maya functions. So Maya has 3 roles. One is Pradhan, that is this earth. The other one is Vidya and Avidya. So all the 3 is there. Pradhan creates all the material elements for the manufacturing of, from the Pradhan only we are getting both gross and subtle body. Okay, subtle body we are getting. And universe also similarly it is there. So avidya means a potency that Jiva identify itself from the I am this body. So from the avidya it is happening. Because you want to enjoy separately from Krishna, constitutionally it is not possible. Sunday also we understand, no? It is not possible because you are part and parcel of Krishna. How can you leave Krishna and enjoy this world? That is not possible. Too, but you are desiring it. So Krishna sanctions, okay, Maya, make him that he is want to enjoy away from him, make him that he forgot me. So she covers. So that no, once she covers, then you feel that I am settled and also grass body of this. So you identify yourself, I am this body, I am now connected to Krishna. That's how you started enjoying the away from the Krishna. Okay. When the Jiva realizes that, understand that I can't be happy. So after, when you try to enjoy also, you cannot enjoy because you are servant only. So that time you realize, oh, I cannot able to do that. See, people know from, I have seen my friends, some of them, know, they went to US thinking that they complete the graduation, earn nicely and settle. But neither they could able to complete the graduation, okay, nor they get a job. Finally, they came back to India and they started working. So that's how it happened. It's all similarly, you know, when you want to enjoy separately from Krishna, it is not possible. And because of frustration, you get a knowledge. Oh, all my trouble because of this only. Let me get out of this, and you started worshipping. That is called Vidya. Okay. So all the 3 elements are realm of Mahamaya only. So all the 3 are from the Mahamaya roles only. Pradhan, Avidya, and Vidya. Okay. The Krishnas have no role to play. So avidya potencies has 2 roles. So artham means the real, the self is a jiva. Okay, we are not this body. So actually originally we are jiva, we are not this body. But we are forced to create that we are this body, no? That misunderstanding, that is avidya. So for you to understand, no, in the dark what happened, you see a rope, but you think that it is a snake, but you don't have courage to test it. What happened? Because it will be very expensive. If a real snake is there, what happens? I will be bitten and I'll die. So the darkness is there, The real object you cannot see. In the dark you cannot see the real object. Therefore the fear of the false object, that is avidya. So you get fear. That's why in this material world you are always fear, because you are not able to see anything. Okay. The, here Avakarana Atmika Shakti, we say yesterday the two Shakti she is having, that covers there. With that help of Shakti only Maya covers it. Our Atmika Shakti means it will not allow the person to identify with soul. So it is not allowing to identify with soul. That means it is covered. Okay. Because the fear of identification of false thing, the body is not real. So if you identify yourself as a jiva, then you will say that I am not this body. So that she is covering it. Okay, so at any point in time you will not feel that. If you go outside and tell that I am jiva, I am not body, they will laugh. You also accept, yes, yes, I am body only, because they call my name. So it is putting you back to square. Okay, it is like a rat trap, no? In the box it caught. It cannot able to escape. He can see outside, but it is running inside. No, similarly, Maya puts us in traps so that we will not accept that. But when Jiva understands the world is not suitable place for living, I should leave this world, then Vidya potency comes into picture. That Vidya also given by the Mahamaya only. That is, when you switch on the light, you can see whether the snake is there or rope is there. So that is the Vidya. So when the light is there, you are able to make it out. So similarly, what happens now? You can see all the things present when the light is present. Okay, when a person is already liberated, Vidya potency give him identity with the soul and not with the body. So if you are liberated soul, that's why there are no Hatha yogis and so many advanced devotees, no? They feel that, okay, I am not this body. So they will talk in that term only. Even this is also a realm of the Mahamaya only. So this is also role of Mahamaya. Because this kind of the role is Vidya, one can only come to a stage of self-realization. When you will get understand, when you realize that, okay, I am not this body, I am role, it is not a normal situation you cannot get. When you self-realize, you either Jnana Yogi or Ashtanga Yogi, no? Though when you practice that, then you realize that, okay. Ultimately, the practice of pure bhakti, that is also one of the parts. When you practice the pure bhakti, then you realize, okay, now devotee, if you ask, no, they will understand that I am not this body, I am this. So, any problem comes in the sick, fall sick, no, then they say, okay, my body is only suffering, I am not suffering. So, they know the difference between jiva and because they are practicing the bhaktis, okay. In the material world, three categories of people are there. One is materialist, other is sadhakas, so we are all sadhakas, and perfect devotees. There is a third stage, perfect devotees. They are like Prabhupada and above, no, Acharya, they are perfect devotees. So the second category, they are very rare people. Okay, third is extremely rare. How many Prabhupada you can see? It's very rare. Okay, so for these materialistic people, so let's discuss about materialistic people, what they are thinking about. So the role of Mahamaya is very high. Okay, so orchestrating the jiva. So she plays a role that on the basis of one's karma, she's because of our karma, no, she's playing that to get a boy body, girl body, animal body. Because of our karma, no, what type of body she want to give, she gives that. Okay, on the base of karma, Maya puts in one into particular situation. Even the situation also. Suppose you have to meet an accident, because of your karma you have to meet. She said that, okay, the signal wrongly misbehaved, and because of that the accident of two trains happens. So all are plan only. They respond to the situation based on the, one is the karma acts on that, and the reaction from your side how it happens is because of your subhava. Subhava means you pick up so many that characters. Good characters, bad characters, experiences. Okay, even in this life also some experience you might have had. So how do we understand this better? Easy to understand subhava, karma and all. Suppose you are going for a buffet lunch. Okay, there's one pongal is there, you got chutney, you got vada, idli, then khichdi. So many varieties are there. So you go there, you take, okay, I like pongal very much. Pongal, vada, chutney you are taking and going. And behind you, one more person, North Indian person will come. He take the stuffed roti, curd, pickle, all he'll pick up at once. That you have got varieties. Mahabhava gives, Mahamaya gives varieties. And how we react is based on our experience. Because the South Indian likes, he had a taste. Okay, I like this very much. So he picks up the South Indian dish. The North Indian, he used to that experience. So he picks up his dish. So similarly, the Sobhava also, no, how we will react is based on the Sobhava. It's very important. This foundation, the knowledge is very important because as we go further, no, you cannot understand karma, you cannot understand Subhava, then you will get confusion will be there always. So that is when Mahamaya puts in a particular situation, our response according to the Vasana have accumulated. Vasana, Subhava are same only. Vasana also the experience you are gaining. Okay. So that is there. For you to understand, if here is no Vasana, when you pass through the flower market, you get nice rose fragrance, jasmine fragrance. But same here, no, when passes through gutter, you get bad smell. So this is called Vasana. Okay. So we are also, no, we pick up when we are in a good association of devotee, our mood is correct, we talk very nice language. Okay, when you have the rogues association, what happened, we talk all filthy language. So it's all vasanas, okay, how we get it. So Yoga Maya also, no, here we are talking about Mahamaya. Similarly, Yoga Maya plays a role. Where she acts on the perfect devotees. Perfect like Prabhupada and Acharyas, no, their level she acts. So it happens in spiritual world, also it happens in material world. So Yoga Maya puts them in a particular situation. She also plays particular situation under the guidance of Krishna. Krishna wants, okay, you put him in this situation, send him to earth, let him go and preach. So she commands. So that Jiva comes here and takes a birth here, and like Jesus, Prabhupada, all the Muhammad Prophet, no, they are all sent to preach. Okay. So they have, as per the instruction of Krishna, Yoga Maya plays a role. She puts them into situation. This external energy. Okay. And their response according to the spiritual vasanas they are accumulated. Here we respond because of our vasana, they respond according to the spiritual vasana. Okay, how do we understand? Okay, spiritual vasana. Take example of Yashoda Maya. Okay, Yashoda Maya, what happens? No, when Balram comes and tells that, oh, Krishna ate mud. Okay, then Yashoda says that if Krishna, Balram says it must be true, open your mouth. When Krishna opened the mouth, he is showing the Brahmanda full his mouth. She's watching, she's mesmerized. She's saying, in that earth is there, in that earth, Yashoda is there, Yashoda seeing Krishna also there. She's totally bewildered. Oh my goodness, confusion. So, immediately what Mahamaya say, Yoga Maya says, she switch off that scene. Then she faint and she came there. Then she said, no, nothing happened. Yeah, it is some tantra magic things. Okay, I have to protect my son. She feels that Krishna is her son only. So karma, for us karma, okay, for situation, for thing, Krishna's command, Yoga Maya played the role. She showed the scene and she stopped the scene. She responded. The spiritual response, Vasana is, she feels that Krishna is my son because of prema, love towards Krishna. That scene comes, she said, no, I have to protect my Krishna. Some evil thing is happening to him. When he opened the mouth, something else is coming out. So some evil attacks. Usually, we see somebody misbehave, you will say that some evil attack has happened. So here also the evil thing has happened. So I have to protect my son. So this is love. You got it. The spiritual vasana. What is spiritual vasana? What is material vasana? We behave because of our vasana picked up from the association or past experience. Whereas these people are elevated souls, they have only spiritual vasana, which is love towards Krishna. So understood? This very scientific, very tricky one we have to understand. Okay, the role of Yoga Maya and Mahamaya puts the Jiva in a particular situation. Even the elevated souls also Jivas. So in a particular situation and they respond to the Vasana. They put into a situation and Vasana, we reacted Okay, no problem. You can hear in the uploaded record. The response to their vasanas, how they react. So we react based on our response. Perfected souls, they respond on the spiritual vasanas. When it comes to the material world, all of us who practice bhakti, okay, third category is we, sadhana, sadhakas. You will ask the question, no, why, how I have to behave? So, the life is orchestrated by Mahamaya only. Again, it is orchestrated by Mahamaya only. We also undergoes, but by the guidance of Krishna. It is not because of the karma. Okay, suppose you got injury, you got some thing, okay, accident. It is not because of your karma, it is because of Krishna. Because if you are not met with the accident, okay, that it's only your hand has got damaged. Otherwise, your life, you might have gone to the death. If it not happened, some other major things was awaited. One example is there was in Bombay only, our devotee were distributing the books. Okay, it was a very crowded place, and they were distributed, and many people purchased books and all. They saw reading, started reading. Now train they will have. After that incident, the train got met with an accident, and many people died. But here the situation is Krishna made an arrangement for them to hold the book and read. So at the time of death, they remember Krishna, so they went back to Krishna. You got it? This is the karma. It is not by karma, it is Krishna's role. Okay? How it plays on the thing. Only it happens to, okay, so not under the guidance of karma. So we are not affected by, if any situation happens, it's not because of karma. It is orchestrated by Krishna's plan only, it is happening. Yogamaya, but Yogamaya role is only the perfect soul. Mahamaya role is sadhakas and jivas. Okay, who are they ready to participate in the pastime of, so Yogamaya, who are all the perfected soul, they are ready to part of the Krishna's Leela. Such a people only can part. We cannot be there. So we have to go to that level. So Mahamaya acts to the in the conditioned soul, whether the conditioned materialist, and we are all conditioned materialist, outside people. Condition means bounded. Condition sadhaka. We are conditioned. We are also conditioned, but sadhaka. We are in the bounded, okay, and also sadhakas. Okay. The conditioned sadhakas, Mahamaya acts for us. Okay. It is not Yogamaya. But the plan of Krishna. But for conditioned jivas, Mahamaya acts, and they are suffering because of their karma. Okay. This is the fundamental difference of this. Therefore, the life situation of sadhaka on happiness and sorrow, not according to the karma. So our happiness and sorrow is not according to the karma, but according to Krishna's will. Okay. Now, what jiva in the Brahma Jyoti? Okay. So the Ashtanga yogis, in the initial second canto, we were gone through that, how the jiva travels from one planet to other planet, as you might have heard few classes. So it travels, he finishes, he goes to Sargaloka, he enjoys fully, then he leaves, he goes to the Makarloka, he enjoys fully, then Tapaloka, Janaloka, then he goes like that to Satyaloka. So Satyaloka, there Brahma Jyoti, he wants to merge. So when he enters there, what happens there? Okay. So jivas, when they merge with that, what exactly happens? This is very interesting question. Okay. For action, we need two things. Okay. Anything it need to. One is external force and internal observation, disposition. Okay. It is like for you to understand, you gone to the kitchen. Okay. There's a bowl of curd rice, sweet rice, and puliyodara, varieties of foods are there. Okay. And that is the situation. Externally it is available. Internally, you should have a desire to eat first. Correct? That only you pick up. Otherwise, even if it is there, what you do? You just see it and come back. So, That is internal disposition should happen. Then what happen? You take the plate, you put whatever you like it, and you go and eat it. So for any action, you require two things to happen. Okay. There should be external trigger and internal disposition to respond to that trigger. Response to that trigger. Okay. By seeing only, you are able to take a decision. Yes, I have to take food or not. Correct? No. So in the material world also, the external trigger is created by Maya, and the internal disposition happens from us because of Vasana, okay, past experience. In the spiritual world also same. Yoga Maya creates the external trigger, and exalted, perfected soul, what happened? They create in spiritual vasanas, love towards Krishna. So both are matching happening. But in Brahma Jyoti, what happened? If you see that cantos and slokas and all, he will leave all the experiences. He has to get purified. It goes like that only. All the vasanas also get discharged. Okay. It is like null and white type. Okay. Purely when you are entering into Brahma Jyoti, you don't have any vasana, you don't have any experience, you don't have any past. Okay, zero. In zero level you are entering there. So what happened? Because you are zero, no external thing going to affect you. So the Maya and Yoga Maya and Maha Maya, they are not doing anything. Because you will not react. It is like Jada. Okay. Doll in the showroom, no? How much you decorate, is she happy? No, because it's Jada, correct? Whereas a girl you make up nicely, she responds, she reacts, correct? A kid you see that, you nicely decorate, no? She smiles, laughs, and she enjoys, correct? No, the decoration. So this is what happens in Brahma Jyoti, okay? Since there is no internal material vasana or spiritual vasana, therefore no need of external trigger is required. So it is not generated action. It's not because of generated action. So living entities are inactive in Brahma Jyoti. So we are null, zero. Okay. How can a living being ever be inactive? Okay. How is it possible? Prabhupada says, no, we are always active. Okay. At least Obama, no, he takes a dog and walking. So they are active only. The real nature of living entity is active. Then Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita 3.5, the conditioned soul cannot remain inactive even for a moment. He clearly says here, Bhagavad Gita says, okay, they will be helplessly pushed, okay, to perform action by the gunas, okay, of Prakriti in the form of vasana which is there within the heart and will push them to act. So why you are working means you understood. It's nice sentence. You are helplessly pushed to perform an action by the gunas of Prakriti, okay, in the form of vasana experience, okay, which is there within the heart, and that will push them to act. I'll tell you an example. You bring an expert cook or a nice skilled person, no? You ask him to go and see the kitchen, okay, where the cooking is happening. Can you ask him to stand and watch that? He cannot. Naturally, no. He goes, puts the hand and start. So this is what you cannot stop. You understood the phrase. It's a very nice point for a devotee. Because what happened? No. This question you will be asked. That time you will have some answer to tell why we are active. Why can't we idle? We can't. One of the Tamil movies I saw that the joker, the comedian will tell. What I'm doing, I said that jobless people. Then I said, you know how difficult to be jobless? I mean, no, without doing any work, it's so difficult. So at that time I thought it's a joke, but now I understand it is not. It's a real. It is not easy for us to be idle. That verse will not talk about the constitution nature of the soul to be active. The verse indicate why conditioned soul cannot be inactive, because the condition will not allow them to, okay, so inactive. That's why. It is not that situation, it is by naturally, no, you cannot be idle. So in the constitutional portion of soul is always active, but the action is to happen, that is the potential to act. So there is a potential happening. So Jada Vastu, there is no potential. I saw the doll in the showroom, she doesn't have any potential. Whereas the living entity, has a potential. So when you decorate a girl, she feels happiness. But the Jiva realizes the potential, it needs the internal trigger. First it comes from the internal trigger and the external trigger acts on it. The internal trigger in terms of vasanas, the external trigger in the form of Yogamaya, Mahamaya. It's happening. For Brahma, Jivas in the Brahma Jyoti, what happens? They are neutral. They don't have any vasanas, no internal trigger. So external trigger is not necessary. That's why they are idle. Okay, so they remain inactive there. Talking about fear of samskara. In the beginning, we are talking. No, when you taken this birth, when you are in, when you are identify ourselves in the body, no, always the fear is there. You cannot see any person without fear. Okay, rich man also has fear how to preserve his money. Poor person is fear because how do you get money. A person who got a job, he runs. You ask him why you are running. No, if I don't go to job, the boss will remove my job. So, if a student you ask, why are you writing homework? Oh, if I don't write the homework, teacher will beat me. People know any stage, they are always fear. This samskara fear is there. So, talking about fear of samskara for the jiva, this material world due to the Dautya, Abhivesh, bodily identification and bodily absorption. We are identifying ourselves with the body and we are also absorbed. We are absorbing immersed, okay, with the body. The bodily absorption created due to the Vipariya and Abhesramati due to the identification with the body. So that absorption, because we identify ourselves with that. I am the chief manager of this company, MD of this company. We identify ourselves. So we dream in that only. We live in that. The body observed is created due to that. The inability to understand we are not this body. Because of that, though, we cannot understand we are not this body, we are soul. So, okay, this is created by Maya. Maya makes us know. She makes. Yesterday we are discussing that only. There is two Shaktis are there. One Shakti, she removes your knowledge and intelligence so that you accept I am this body. Okay, you are put into the illusion. The other Shakti, she pushes you again and again into the this Maya world only, taking birth again and again. It is like you've gone to the friends with a pool, okay? When you try to come out of the pool, your friends will not allow you. Okay, push you again, because they are enjoying it. So it is like Maya, she puts you again in this. So you are being circled in this. So this is the two energies Maya is having to you to keep in this material world. So why Maya catches the jiva? Because why she is catching us? Because we turn the face away from the Krishna. Okay, the first symptom what we did is turn our face, because that it is like I told the example, citizens in two countries, person in the capital city, they have to take passport or visa to cross go to the next thing. Okay, but if you see the border person, it is daily going to next door and coming. Okay, they don't have to take any passport every day. They take the firewood, they take the rice dal, they walk. Nobody will ask you. So this is what the Maya, for the like electrons. So we are like electrons, So freely body revolving. So she's able to catch us and takes us to Maya Shakti. Okay, when Jiva turns away, why the $1 million question? Okay, why we are turned is since it's a long time we have taken. So we will continue this topic because this is also very detailed subject. When we turn our face from the Krishna, that question is you have to get an answer. That we will continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Gantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Shri Prabhu. Thank you for joining and hope you enjoyed that and understood that basics of how the creation is happening.